it's Junkman from VintageRock.com at NAMM 2017, and we're at a great booth right now. This is probably the coolest concept that I've seen so far, because it's something that sorely needs to be done. This is Adam from GearSecure, and he's going to tell you about this product that I know all musicians, especially now, are really going to need. So, Adam, tell us a little bit about your product.
Yeah, well, we developed something because there's an alarming statistic. 1 million instruments each year are stolen, and only 3% are recovered in the United States.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. And I'm involved in live music myself. And so, because I'm involved in live music and know some of the biggest and best musicians in the world, we've had horror stories that have come to us, particularly like in the last month. There have been James Kotick, for instance, yes. Scorpions drummer. I think he had $20,000 worth of gear stolen just a couple of weeks ago.
My friend's guitars were stolen just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Same thing, right? So it's an epidemic, and it's an epidemic where there are thieves that are running around countlessly trying to take other people's goods. Now, the difference is, for a musician, as you well know, it's not like stealing tools that you can go out to Sears and get a whole new set, right? It's an extension of them, right?
It's kidnapping your children.
It is. It's an emotional connection that you have with that instrument. So we created a solution. The solution that we have that's very different is, unlike store-bought tracking devices that you could get at the big electronic stores, we wanted to come up with something that was super small and would be embedded in the instrument itself. Why? Because if it's inside the instrument, a thief is usually not the smartest to go looking for it, okay? And fundamentally, they'd have to rip apart the instrument to find it. So as an example, on the inside of the guitar, between the truss rod and the fretboard itself, we have one of our devices, okay? So what happens is, they literally would have to rip this apart to identify where this is. It uses self-regenerating power and a 20-year lifespan, so that this thing would never be seen, would never go out, and would be available to track. Now, how it works is kind of cool. I'm going to try and do this for you. I've got a trumpet as an example. You'll go on your phone, and you'll actually download an app. And the app sort of looks like this, okay? One of the functions of the app is there's a scan function. Looks like that. You take your phone, scan it over the device, and up comes the gear. Now, this will give you the basic content of your gear itself. But since it's yours, Junkman,
so you have the specific model.
Yeah, you might have an identifying characteristic for your gear. It has a scratch on the third valve. It has the number 4 on the bottom. It has your initials carved wherever it's going to be. You can input all of that. Once it's scanned in, you go back, and now you have an inventory. And your inventory tracks all of the gear that you may have in your possession. Like some of the guitarists that we were talking about that had the gear stolen, he may have 20 bits of gear, right? His gear's there. It will automatically sync up and tell you exactly what's going on. If it's taken, God forbid, like some of our guys have had stuff stolen, a red alert shows up. That red alert will come to you when you set a perimeter of where you want the gear to be in conjunction with your phone. I don't want it to go within 10 feet, 20 feet, 100 feet, whatever it is. If it's taken, what do? I want to find it. Go back, go into our locator section, and with sensitivity, what it does is it will ping exactly where you are. You can scroll in and identify where the gear is with complete sensitivity. So we got somebody moving right here, right now with some gear.
So you have low-jacked it, basically.
Well, I didn't use that word. That's a brand name. You did?
Well, that's what people know about.
Yeah, it's the same idea.
But even better.
Yeah, and you can track it on a map view like this, or you rotate it over, and you go to satellite view, and you can find out exactly where it is. Now, we don't want you or anybody else to go like busting down the door of a thief, but the same information via computer goes to law enforcement, so they can track it down. But again, as I showed you, your identifying characteristics and information are already loaded into the phone. The police will know it's yours. They'll know how to get a hold of you because it's going to go through our central system. You can track it down, and it's the end of lost and stolen.
That's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Now, can this be also used in other things besides even music products? I mean, other things as well? Like, you know, can you stick one of these things on your kid?
You could, but what we tell people is it doesn't work well with moisture.
Got it. Okay.
So, but it conceivably it could, and eventually something like this will. Our heart, our passion, our belief is for the musical equipment industry, because as I said, musicians have a unique relationship. Other stuff can be replaced. Musical instruments, one of a kind.
Well, again, anybody that's been ripped off can understand. I mean, like you said, the statistics are huge right now. I mean, people every day, I'm seeing something on a Facebook page about some musician that I know that got his guitar ripped off at a gig or whatever. But this is the solution, guys.
We're musicians first. We looked at this from a musician's perspective. That's why we do this. It's not about being the next Microsoft or some huge tech company. It's about giving a solution to musicians who are affected every day. That's why we're in business.
Absolutely.
GearSecure, the end of lost and stolen. GearSecureMusic.com.
Now, how long of a process did it take to develop this?
It's been in development for a couple of years, and quite frankly, what we did is we took a best-of-breed approach by looking at a variety of different technologies that were out there and found something unique, a secret sauce that nobody had really sort of thought of before. So it's been a good couple of years in sort of developing this whole thing.
It's a great metaphor.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Again, tell people websites where they can find out more information.
Yep, sure. It's GearSecureMusic.com, or if you just went to GearSecure.com, you get it as well. But GearSecureMusic.com, and we have all kinds of information on there, updates, mailing list info, put your name on it, come check us out. We'd love to talk to you, and we'd love to hear ways that we can continue to improve the product.
Now, another question I got for you too. Since we are at a trade show, is there a set map price, or are there different levels on the device?
Well, the way that I tell people right now is there's two things you need to know about the way we're approaching the business. People are asking me for the friends and family plan right now, and I'm telling them, you got to let me develop the cell phone first. Okay? So once we get that, we'll be in pretty good position to develop out a pricing plan for multiple instruments on one account. The second thing is, we aren't going to release this just yet. It's going to happen this year in 2017. But I also try to tell people I'm in the electricity business. The only time you care about electricity is when you flip the switch. Is the light going to work? This has to work every single time, because if you lose your gear, you're going to be bummed. Even if mine works 100% of the time, if you lose yours, I'm in trouble with you. So we're doing a rollout process, and it will be available through the end of the year through certified installers who have passed through the way that we want to have this thing put together, the quality assurance, so that switch is going to work when you flip the electricity.
Adam, I appreciate, on behalf of all musicians that own our gear, just for coming up with something that seriously needed to be done. And again, this is the coolest thing that I've seen so far at NAMM. So again, thank you for
We appreciate Vintage Rock, and thanks so much.
You got it. GearSecure. Go check them out, guys. It's junkmanvintagerock.com at NAMM 2017.